think for sure I would play tennis actually. I'm a big sports lover, so I would for sure still be in sports, and I love tennis almost as much as badminton, so I would be a tennis player, I'm sure. Oi, that's a good question. Well, I think Eye of the Tiger is a classic that always works, and I like the Rocky movies as well, so I think I would choose Eye of the Tiger. My best advantage on court is my ability to fight. I'm an extremely good fighter, so I'm able to retrieve a lot of shots and get everything back. And I think a lot of players, when I play them, they don't like that because they feel like I'm getting a bit too much back. I began playing badminton when I was 5 years old, so I've been playing for 26 years now, so it's a long time. The hardest fight I had on court is only 6 months ago, actually, at the World Championships in Glasgow. In the first round I played Chen Huwei from China and lost after, I think, 1 hour and 20 minutes of play. And after the match I got cramp everywhere, in my arms, in my stomach, in my legs. So I was completely drained of energy after that match, and yeah, unfortunately I lost. Well, I always start preparing the day before already by watching a lot of video of my opponent. I start studying his game and discuss with my coach what the game plan is going to be. On the actual game day, I will look again at some video a few hours before, just for maybe 10-20 minutes. And then I will go to the hall where we are supposed to play maybe 1 hour before, and start my warm-up 45 minutes to half an hour before, and start getting in the zone mentally as well. So start to focus on my game plan, but also the mindset I need to be in when I start playing. So the preparations is they're quite long. They start already the day before, but yeah, you need to do that against the best players in the world to have a chance. Actually, I don't believe so much in that, because you both win and lose some matches. So if you use the same motto every time, it doesn't work every time because you don't win all the matches. So I don't really have a specific motto. It's not something I think about on an everyday basis, but whenever I go visit clubs or if I'm at a tournament, you always meet young players that are so eager to ask questions and have photos taken. So I try to always be polite and respect everyone, and give some of my time to whoever is interested. To pass on the love of badminton, because obviously all the top players are we're very important in terms of passing on the love and also the drive and passion for badminton. So I'm aware that for some players and especially young people, I am an idol, but I don't walk around all the time considering myself being a great idol. I hope he will be a badminton superstar. For sure I would love for him to be playing the sport, because I think it's a great sport. And my wife also likes the sport now, so I don't think it will be so difficult for me to talk her into sending our son to a badminton club. But if he will be a superstar, that's difficult to say, but if I have something to say, then he will for sure be the next superstar, and hopefully he will be even better than me. Well, besides sports, most of my everyday life is actually about sports, because my interest outside of badminton is also sports related. Until 2 years ago, I was doing some studies within the field of sport and event management, and I'm also trying to help out as a spokesperson for the Danish national team in badminton. So whenever we have negotiations with the National Association, I'm the one in charge of that. I've also been part of the BWF Athletes Commission, so I try to involve myself in sport in any way possible. So most of my days are centered around sport. But if I had to say something else, it would be spending time with my wife, and we like to do whatever everyone else around our age likes to do, and that's watch a movie or Netflix, or have a nice dinner together and just relax with some friends. So I don't think I'm very different from other normal people in that case. I would recommend him to be a little bit more serious about his school. Actually, I think when I went to high school, I could have done a better job. I was focusing almost only on badminton, and I think actually for both my future but also for my badminton, it would have been better if I had focused a bit more on both and didn't take badminton too seriously in the beginning in that age. Well, before I met her, I didn't know anything about it at all, but now she's getting me more and more interested. We own 2 horses together actually, so I'm trying to get more used to it, but if you ask her, she will say that I still don't know anything about the sport at all, unfortunately. It's quite a difficult sport, dressage, compared to badminton in terms of understanding it. That was actually when I started in high school, so I was around 15 years old when I finished elementary school. I chose to start in a special badminton high school, and from that point on it was with one main focus, and that was to be a professional badminton player. My greatest success is by far and without any doubt winning the Thomas Cup in 2016 with the Danish national team. Yeah, I had the luck of being the 3rd men's singles, so I had to play the decisive match, and playing the final match in the final of the Thomas Cup, yeah, it was a great moment for me and by far my biggest achievement. And I hope to duplicate it later this year in Bangkok. I hope we can defend our title there. I also have a goal about winning a level 2, 3 or 4 event again. I won the Australian Open a few years ago, and I would like to try winning a title of that caliber once again. So that's a big goal for me in 18 to do that one more time. I think the loss that still hurts the most is actually the first round loss of the World Championships last year, because I felt like I had prepared extremely well. I was in the shape of my life, and I played extremely well until I was leading 16-12 in the final game, and then suddenly I lost 9 points in a row and lost the match. Yeah, and that was quite hard to accept because, as I said, I felt like I was in the shape of my life, so I was hoping for a much better result than losing a first round. Yeah, I was actually hoping to win a medal, and I felt like I had the level to do it. So that was very disappointing for me, but I hope to do better this year. Yeah, we are quite good friends, me and Victor. We also do a podcast together actually, and yeah, we've known each other for many years, and he's a very funny guy who likes to make jokes and every now and then. So I try to give him back sometimes, and I saw a big poster of him, and I thought I would make a little bit of fun with it. So we always like to do that to each other, and it's all in good spirit. We are good friends. You can find it on iTunes and also on SoundCloud, and it's called Serve and Smash Podcast. But we've done most of the episodes in Danish, but we also have 2 or 3 episodes in English. But mainly we do it in Danish. It's a bit easier for us to get a good discussion going in our native language.